No, this isn't another one of those wildlife programs. And I'm not Sir David Attenborough. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm here at Nara Park, very famous for the wild deer that roam through here. Let me just bring you up closer to this fellow over here. Thousands of these roam the park quite freely. They're protected by law. Very friendly, very docile. This is a male, and there's a lot of noise going on around the park at present. Apparently the male deer are, shall we say, horny. It's a very important celebration taking place today in the park. It's the horn removal day, or whatever they call it. You can just see through there, herd of deer. These guys can smell food. They'll chase you. So if you're coming in here for a picnic, you don't want to. I've come to Nara on one of my no plan getting lost bike rides. The only plan I do have is to come to Nara and just find a road and take it, and from there keep off any other road as much as I possibly can. I started off on a track that I've used many times over the years, both on foot and on two wheels. This is, I'm sort of going through a forest that overlooks Nara. You see it's fairly dense forest, so it's not much a view from here. The plan is to take this stretch once I get over the hill, and there's an area down the other side that I have not been through, so I'm going into uncharted territory. Just take a pause for a minute while I ascend this hill. Never been here before. Secluded complex. Maybe another 2 kilometres to the top, so I'm not doing too bad. Okay, I've reached a junction here. Now this particular path we're looking at here has 3 names attached to it, along with quite a bit of history. Back in the late 17th century through to the early 18th century, people came through here as they were migrating to Osaka or Tokyo, and it was known at that time as the Tokaido Road. Then a bit further on through here, on through to a village called Yagyu, and about the same time a training school was set up in here for sword fighting. And when people migrated through here between Nara and Yagyu, so it was called the Old Yagyu Road. But then in the late 1960s, parts of the Tokaido Road were developed for hiking. So it was then given the third name of the Tokai Nature Walk. But there's a lot of sekibutsu carvings through here. It's quite magnificent. Oh, nearly at the top. I've rejoined the Tokaido / Yagyu Road here. There's an interesting building up here that I want to show you. Oh, after all that climbing, it's good to have some descent work to do so I can just get my breath back. As I say, people used to migrate through here many years ago. 87, so that's about 600 years ago. But about 200 years ago, this lovely tea house was erected. Just stop up here and have a look. This is the Tiki-Touring tea house. It's an original Japanese tea house. It's been here for near on 200 years. The gentleman that's running it is about the 6th generation of his family to have been here. Little sort of a museum here of old bottles. Like it was 200 years ago. This particular stretch gets very busy the weekend with hikers. There's a famous walk through here from Nara through Rakuji Temple. I've done it myself several times. Emerging from the forest at the residential area. This is the type of cycle environment I love. Hiking through villages like this. This is still part of Nara city, believe it or not. This is my plan for today, is to find little lanes like this that I can cycle through. How's that for a view? Apart from the rice fields in this area, tea is also another popular product that's growing. I just want to zoom in on something up there in the hill. Throughout this area there are many sekibutsu, what's known as stone carvings of Buddha. You can see the two. Hopefully I'll come across one or two more on my journey. This junction I'm at here, if you take this one, it takes you through to Route 369, which I will cross later on, I think, and on to Rakuji Temple. But I'm going through to uncharted territory through there. I'm just passing through the settlement of Sataran-chol, and I've noticed this interesting little ginger here. This is the Pachisaka ginger, or shrine. There is another name for them, but I'm not quite sure what that is. Communities, there are many of these in communities like this along the way. I'm sure this won't be the last one. Suddenly the small country lane becomes a smaller, narrow country lane. A little bit. Keep an eye out for any traffic coming the other way. This is perfect cycling conditions. Cloudy, so it's no sun out, but it's nice and cool, little breeze. Might find a spot sooner or later to have a bite to eat and a drink. Amazing how much you can still miss, even when you're on your bike. I stopped here to record some video of this lovely stream. And when I look over here into the bush, and there's the Tiki-Touring. This is incredible. There's a theory why they're carved in such isolated places, and that is that they're there to protect the village from any evil spirits. Interesting. As much as I'd love to stay here all day, I need to move on. So farewell from Nara Ginger. Point of interest here with all these logs, these are placed here for growing shiitake, special type of mushroom. You don't go and buy them by the packet, by the way, they're so expensive. Very few people can even afford to buy them on their own, just as one. But they're a delicacy. Okay, I've passed through the town of Oyagyu-cho and had a good look around the Nara Ginger, which was, I'd heard about it, but I didn't realise that was it. So we got some roadworks. Oh, surprise, surprise. I just come out of this valley here. I wasn't quite sure where this road was going to take me through. It wasn't as well sealed as this one. This part you see here was quite rutted out and quite narrow in places. But as I cross this bridge, I come to this intersection. It's route number 33, and now I know exactly where I am. If I turn right, I go to the settlement of Kasagi. And if I turn left, I think I can go through to Carmel. I'm going to have a bite to eat and then decide which direction to take. There's something else I want to show you. Like a few minutes ago, just on the outskirts of a little village of Oyagyu, I come across another set of Tiki-Touring. It's quite impressive, these ones. I think there might be more around the back here. No. Oh, here we go, there's a rocket Kizu up there. I didn't see that. You see them carved in there? Sagi town's probably about 5 kilometres away, but I'm in the settlement of Shimosagawa or town. It's 4 hours on the road. I think it's time I had a bite to eat. Well, this is all familiar territory to me. Done a lot of biking and hiking through here over the years, so as I'm sort of still got a fair bit of energy, I'm going to move on and keep to the sort of the off-roading as much as I possibly can. This is quite nice through here. It takes you through some nice countryside. One thing about cycling through the bush, it gets cool and moist. Back into rural Japan. They're in an area known as Kamocho, or Kamo Town, which is part of Kizu city, which means I've moved from Nara prefecture, where I started this morning. I'm now in Kyoto prefecture. Still the same beautiful scenery though. There are a lot of narrow little country lanes like this all through this area, little settlements like this, the odd shrine and temple hidden amongst the bushes. So I'm going to detour off this sealed road into an unsealed off-road through here, past this ginger. It gets a bit rough, and a bit of a grunt through here. I'm not sure what condition the road is, or the track is in, because a few weeks ago we had this incredibly wet typhoon pass through the area. Oh, excuse the gear sounds. Gotta make it up there somehow. I've left the sealed road to do a bypass through the villages. Go out the back of the settlement of Kamo Yamada, or Kamocho Yamada. First, we've got to navigate my way through here. The old brakes. Think about disc brakes. They work. Hey. Bit of a grunt through there, so stop and catch me breath. Just want to show you this little Kizu carved in here. You'll find these everywhere. Some of the most isolated and places. It's no I'm feeling good. I'm about 60 kilometres in. Probably still got another 30 to go. I can taste that beer in my mouth. Many times out in sort of the countryside, you come across these freshwater springs. Opportunity to top up your drink bottles. Have a mouthful or two yourself before moving on. I came through here about a year ago, middle of summer, a stinking hot day. What the hell? So I stripped off and sat underneath there and had a good rinse off. God, it was so refreshing. Well, the town of Kamal, just around the corner. Well, I've come to the end of another terrific journey. Done about 44 kilometres, although around about 69 all up, getting from home to Nara. Although I didn't have a sort of an end place in mind, I've chosen this. It's the sort of a rest stop along the Kizu River Cycleway. For a hell of a good run home. I've still got 20 kilometres to go. As I say, it's been a great ride. A few surprises. And let's say, okay, I'm going to sign off here. Give you one look at me, at this handsome face, and say goodbye till next time.